So good afternoon and a very warm welcome. This is the first in a series of sessions that we planned to introduce you to the institution in greater detail. We will have today in the discussions, we have Dr. Shivani Khurana, our head placements. We have Dr. Kakuli Sen, our director. We have Professor Harman with us, who is a professor of information technology, and we have Ms. Nivedita, whom possibly you know much better than we do because we keep on interacting with her all through the admission process. Well, so today we thought that because students are mostly attracted to a business school when they hear about placements and academics, we thought that unlike previous years, let us start with placements this time. So before I go into a detailed discussion, I would talk a minute about the program. But even before that, I want to ask Kakuli ma'am if she wants to say a few words to students before we commence.
Surely. Thank you so much, Professor Raju. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all safe and doing well in wherever you are. And I hope the COVID isn't treating you too badly. And you're all taking all precautions and your family members are safe and healthy. If any of you have got affected, we wish you speedy recovery, and we also wish you well in your times to come. So as Professor Raju said, we are starting with this series where we are every week on Friday from 3 to 4. We are going to do this kind of a session where we are going to address specific queries. So this time we thought, as Professor Raju also said, placement is top of the mind of Pgdm and MBA students. So we thought we will start with the end in mind, which is placement. And also our placement team is very strong and does a great job in not just getting companies on board, but also training the students very well. So we thought we'll get the people who really get their jobs hands on and speak to you. If you have any queries, please feel free to ask. We've deliberately kept the team sizes very small so that we can address your queries, and not just address. If you decide to work with us, we will be able to address specific requirements of yours also. So we'll get started, and this is going to be an interactive session where you can post your queries. We also have got some student videos who have made use of the systems that we have, and I'm sure you will enjoy them. And Dr. Raju and Dr. Shivani are there, the best people to help you, guide you, and answer your queries. If there are any queries that we cannot answer at this point of time, trust me, we will come back with those answers. Keep joining us in all our webinars. Thank you. Dr. Raju, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So the pandemic is already, it is possibly gone at the back of our head, because we're all hoping that Omicron is the last of these unique names that we are getting to hear in the context of the pandemic. So hopefully a couple of months down the line, things will be good for all of us. We will be able to meet face to face. We will not have to take reports to any platform or IT system to reach out to you. So having said that, so let me briefly tell you about the Pgdm program. So we start with a foundation course which runs for around a month. Okay? So before we start classes for trimester 1, we will start with the foundation courses. The foundation courses primarily aim to bring all of you to a common platform. So I understand we will have participants from BBA background, the BCom background, science background. A lot of students come from the Delhi University with a arts background, so English honors. We get plenty of students with English honors or political science history honors. So they all join the Pgdm program aiming at good placement, decent placements is what they all aspire for. So in order to help all of you come to a common base, we do the foundation courses. So usually we have foundation courses in accountancy, in statistics, in economics, and some elementary mathematics. So the four broad areas in which we do foundation courses are these four. So they usually span for around a month. Following which we start with the first trimester class. So we will have 6 trimesters in the program. Year 1 will be foundation courses, as in the basic skills that a manager should have. So trimester 1, 2, and 3 will focus on your foundation courses. This year we have something very special in that we are going to adopt the IIM Ahmedabad curriculum in our delivery. So there will be a lot of pressure from academic side. So we need your full-time engagement there in the first 3 trimesters. Following this, we have the summer internship, which if you get a 12-month assignment, nothing like it. Minimum of 8-week assignment with industry is summer internship program. Following this, we have trimester 5 and trimester 4 and trimester 5. In these 2 trimesters, we would focus on skill building further in an area of your choice. So you can choose from something as traditional as finance to something like operations and analytics, technology. We are also planning to offer family business as an area of concentration this time, given that Lodi Road gets lots of students from family businesses. Again, international businesses in our view. So let us see what sort of requirements we get from the students. So so you have majorly the 4 plain vanilla areas of finance, operations, HR, and marketing, and then we have technology, international business, and family business. So trimester 4 and 5 will focus exclusively on electives. Trimester 6 is dissertation, wherein we ask you to do research on a topic of your choice. This is very comprehensive. This is a postgraduate dissertation, so it's much more exhaustive compared to an internship project or anything like this that you may have done in your graduation. So this is the 6 trimesters that we have in a nutshell, and you will be happy to hear that from trimester 4 onwards, companies start coming to campus. So if you have done everything adequately well from the very beginning, then trimester 4 is possibly the earliest that you get placed, and it goes on well into trimester 6. So this is what I wanted to brief you about the program. Now you can post your questions as and when it comes. In the meantime, I'll request our placement head, Dr. Shivani Khurana, to give us a brief of what we have been able to achieve in the last rather in the placement season that is going on. So this placement season, the previous one, were full of apprehension from all quarters. We were apprehensive that how the pandemic will affect placement. Industry was apprehensive as to when they can resume full-scale operations. Students, parents, all were very apprehensive as to whether we will be able to achieve what we have promised. Now let us hear from Dr. Shivani as to what has been the highlights of the present season.
So thank you so much, Professor Raju. Before Dr. Shivani comes in, there is a question which has come on our message box, which says, do you promise 100% placement in internships? Yes, we do. Okay, but there is a rider. We also expect 100% commitment from you, 100% enthusiasm, 100% involvement of yours. It's not a lonely walk. It has to be a walk which we walk together. So it is a road to your success, to your placement. So Do not get guided by anybody who says that we will give you 100% placement and 100% internship support and you do nothing. It doesn't work like that. It has to be together. If you give your 100%, we give you 200%. So go with that in mind, that you have to work. It is your job after all. And job is not something that we just get, do something and get. It is a process. So these 2 years that you're investing, those, that is your time, that is your energy. You skill yourself, and these 2 years are going to shape or design the next 10-15 years of your life, and maybe even more, unless you do a career shift. So give a lot of you to these 2 years. This is the time to train yourself. As Professor Raju said, first year is going to be a lot of base building. So foundation courses, finance, marketing, HR, operations, all of those fundamentals, you need to know them. And then you need to take up specializations in your, probably some from term 3 and more from term 4 and 5. So you need to be 100% involved in this program. And this is not like a consumable good that, you pay and you get the good, you consume it, and that's the end of it. It is a journey that we need to take together. And we need that promise from you from the day that you decide that you're going to be with us, and we will walk the talk together. Okay. I hope that answers your question.
Right. Before Shivani ma'am takes over, after that we will not have much to say. See, thing is, there are two perspectives. Right? One is that we treat you as customers. That's one perspective. The other perspective is that we treat you as co-creators of value. Right? Now, if I treat you as in the first category, then my focus is more towards making your life comfortable as long as you are in IILM, because making it uncomfortable encourages you to be unhappy, right? Rather, it makes you unhappy. Now, so our perspective is the second one. Right? So there is a saying that the more you sweat in a business school, the less you bleed outside after you graduate. So that is where the focus is on, to make you give your best, to get the best out of you. And like Dr. Kakuli had mentioned, if you give us 100%, we will give you 200%. Absolutely. If you do well, you don't know, you might have 3 job offers at the end of the day. Right? So this 300%, 1% is not a myth. It can really be a fact of your life. You can actually choose, whom you want to join at the end of these 2 years. It is not even 2 years, honestly, it's 17, 18 months, that's all. So so if we don't have another question as of now, let us hear Shivani ma'am with regard to what we have been able to do good this season. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Professor Raju and Professor Kakuli, for inviting me to answer all the questions related to internships as well as placement. And first of all, on the behalf of IILM, I would like to welcome all the students in this session. And I'm pretty sure that you will raise your queries, you will ask questions, and we will just give you very promising answers. And it will help you to take your final decision. It will help you to take your conscious decision to join IILM. So, Professor Raju, you have asked this question that what was the placement achievement in this year? So, yes, you rightly mentioned that last year was actually full of apprehension. We all faced this pandemic first time, and we were quite scared that what will happen, because we have never seen this situation before in our life. But yes, I am very happy to talk about my placement achievement for the batch 2022. So this year, along with other well-known companies which used to visit campus till last year, we had invited all Big Four, Deloitte, KPMG, PwC, and EY. So I must mention that Deloitte and EY, they used to hire good number of IILM students since years. But this year, we have added KPMG and PwC. They both of them visited, and they were very happy with our students' preparation, attitude which students showcased, during the interview process, during the selection process, as well as with their confidence. And to add on, I would like to, when you have asked this question on achievement part, so definitely it's an achievement that all Big Four are there on IILM campus. So because generally students, finance students, they ask for Big Four, and good number of finance students are being picked up by Deloitte, KPMG, PwC, EY, S&P Global. But yes, for other students from HR, from operations, as well as for marketing, I would like to take few company names like Wipro. This time, Wipro also came first time to IIM campus, and they were very happy with the quality of the students. GLG, and Australian and New Zealand Bank, Cians Analytics, students who want to make their career in analytics. Panasonic, it's definitely dream company for the student, those who want to make their career in FMCG or in sales. Then Make My Trip, those who are very much interested in travel and tourism. Gartner, so they are coming for different profiles like HR, for research, as well as for digital marketing. And apart from this one, Grofers, which is a household name, Spinny, Trident India. So these are the companies which we have added in our existing list. Because I have taken names, few names, there's a long list of companies which we have seen in 2022. So because students aspire to see themselves and wish to start their corporate career in all these companies. And to add on, due to this pandemic, the entire process was virtual, and I must congratulate my ILM students that they had adapted so well with the ongoing change and performed very well despite being everything on virtual. And credit definitely goes to students, my colleagues, faculty members. They have worked so hard, they have prepared their students so well, they have groomed their students so well. I am my placement team, and above all, the management for providing all required resources and boosting our morale during this tough time. So overall, we have done pretty well in this year, and I'm pretty sure that with my colleagues' help and my students' willpower, we will just make 100% placement record. Student asked this question in the very beginning.
Thank you. Thank you. So we have got a question on the package size already, you see. So before we go into that discussion, just give me a minute, Devanshu. Dr. Shivani, tell us what are the plans for this year? Whom do you aspire to see in campus this year? This year, so we have achieved the Big Four this time. We have got Science Analytics. We have got ANZ Bank. Very good. Now for this batch who is coming in, possibly in the next year and the next year is more indicative of what they can expect. So please tell us about whom are you targeting for the next season ahead?
Yeah, definitely, because we have a long list. And definitely, I would like to strengthen my FMCG sector. And now I am aspiring my eyes on HUL, Hindustan Unilever Limited, because number of students are asking. Those students can directly apply on their career page, but yes, we would like to invite them on campus. Then automobile sector is definitely needs to work on. Then pharma, real estate, fintech, and again for banking sector also, though number of banks come to campus this year, we have added Australian and New Zealand Bank with a very high CTC. But again, Deutsche and Stancy and all these banks definitely needs to be added. So all these banks, though they come, but again, we are looking for other profiles as well. So now this is my target for the coming year, to invite all these companies on campus for the 23 batch as well as for better profiles.
Okay. So now let me post you Devanshu's question. So Devanshu is asking what kind of average and highest packages are offered to students for marketing and HR background?
Okay, so Divanshu, for marketing, definitely it has gone to 18 lakhs for a sales profile, and followed by Trident. They offer 15 lakhs. And if your skill is mapping with their requirement, definitely you would be the next hire in these companies. And second question was related to HR. So HR this year, this one we have received maximum package from Hike, followed by Gartner, and again they have offered 12 lakhs to our students. So, which is a very very good package for to start your career in HR.
So the moment you talk about 18 lakhs and stuff like that, the question that automatically comes to at least my mind, I never had a campus placement like you were saying. So
Yeah.
what should I do? What do you want me to do in order to be good enough for these profiles 1.5 years down the line? Because right now I don't see myself as an 18 lakh staff. So because if a company gives me 18 lakhs a year, then possibly it will take 54 lakhs at least in terms of revenues from me. Right? So in a services sector like marketing, what exactly should I do as a student to reach that?
Yeah, so it's a very valid question actually, and it's applicable for all the students. First of all, I would like to say that placement is not which you can start or which you should start in the second year. So from the day one, when your classes are starting, you should have an eye on placement. So you should take what I'm trying to say as you will take your other module very seriously. In the same manner, you should take placements very, very seriously. So again, I have observed the students, those who are very, very clear, their thought process is very clear that yes, I want to grab the best opportunity from campus. They could do it. So what is that? That's a commitment. That's your determination. So first of all, to make your work simple or to give simple answer, attend your classes regularly. Because if you are attending your classes regularly, your content will be very, very strong. Fine. And at the time of your placement interviews, you will be able to answer all the questions with lots of confidence because you don't know what question will be asked from you. So if your content is very strong, there is no this one way to reject you. Fine. So content, you work on your content, and for that one, attend your classes regularly, interact with your professors, because at IILM faculty, IILM is known for its faculty because we are having a very good blend of academicians as well as people, those who have spent their good number of years in industry. So they can just give you great exposure, fine, which maybe you have not seen in your graduation, at your graduation level. So interact with your professors, take maximum benefit out of them. Then take participation in class discussion, in case discussions. Because why I'm saying, because it will break your inhibitions to speak, and then once you will start enjoying speaking, then definitely then there is no special preparation which is required for the interviews. Now, second thing is, so first, that's a very, very important thing, that you need to attend classes regularly. Don't go for that 75% is mandatory. So I should attend only classes which will allow me to sit for the paper. No. So that talks about your attitude also. So take your classes in a positive manner. Learn from each and every professor. Learn from each and every class and make your notes, because all your notes will help you to prepare for your final placement interview. Then again, as I said, because when you are attending classes regularly, it is solving all the purposes. Then again, definitely when you will participate, you will develop this habit to ask questions. It will improve your communication skills also, because communication skill is very, very important, whether you like it or maybe You will give some excuse, but yes, communication skills are very, very important. And communication skills doesn't mean that you should have a very good spoken English. You should have good listening also. You should learn how to take instructions from your seniors. You should be able to understand. You should be able to interpret properly, and then you should be able to synthesize whatever has been said to you. Fine. And so bring clarity in your communication. And last but not least, then definitely there should be persistence in your approach. If you will be able to inculcate all these, then definitely no one can stop you to grab best opportunity from campus. Again, I'm repeating: content, your communication, your attitude, because it's a very well known saying that we are being hired for our attitude, and we are being fired for our attitude. So attitude is everything. Fine. So work on your attitude and develop positive attitude. And then again, your approach should be very positive and it should be persistent approach. So this you can do, and automatically you will be able to grab the best of the best opportunity.
Okay. So we have a question. We have Devanshu again asking us about the average package. Before I add anything to what we have already said, Dr. Kurana, please tell us about the average package. Do mention the median also and the mean also.
So average is definitely, I would say, I'm happy to say that is more than 7.5, and median is close to 7.25. So this is the mean and median of our CTC.
Okay. Okay. So Devanshu, there is your answer. 7.5, 7.25 is where the mean and the median is. Now, if you remember any amount of stats from your college days or school days, you would know it's a uniform distribution. So a fair chance of being on the higher side of 7.5 or the lower side of 7.5. So Dr. Kurana, what I understood is attitude, content, and communication, and possibly communication and content brings attitude. So that's what we are aspiring to see in our coming batch. So will you also tell us about what sort of special support do we extend to our students? So suppose I like you said that speaking inhibition part, that's a challenge with me. I really haven't spoken loudly in a class. I have never placed my opinion straight away. So if I want to break those inhibitions, some language barriers also I have, because my vernacular is a different language. So what sort of support can I expect from the institution in this regard?
Okay, so actually at IILM, IILM is known for its mentoring. So I'm happy to answer this question because from the day one, when you will become a part of IILM, you will be given a faculty mentor with whom you can interact. So he would be your friend, he would be your philosopher, he would be your guide also. And then he will become your coach also. Fine. So again, you can approach your coach, you can approach your mentor for your personal development as well as for your professional development. Now, when I will divide this question into two parts, for example, when it comes to the personal development, definitely we all are blend of strengths as well as areas for improvement. I never use this word weaknesses because there is a scope for improvement. And then again, we keep on improving because we all are the lifelong learners. So again, your coach, you will sit down with your coach, you will discuss about your strengths, about what you want to achieve, where you would like to see yours 2 years down the line, 5 years down the line. And then again, your coach will help you to to explore your strengths. What you can do, you and your coach will help you or make a plan to work on your areas for improvement. It can be a regional touch, it can be communication, it can be understanding any content, it can be headache while reading newspaper, it can be understanding business news, it can be understanding particular knowing about a particular sector. So again, so you will closely work with your coach. You will closely this one sit down with your coach, and then you will make your plans. Then again, first it will be your personal this one grooming, and then followed by your career development plan. So career development plan, where you want to see yourself. First, we will start with your live projects, then your summer internship, and then for your final uh, placements. Then again, for example, you are saying that my dream companies, you will just share with your coach that yes, I want to see myself in Deloitte or in KPMG or in PwC or in some marketing company. Then again, your coach will help you to prepare according to your dream companies. Then again, both of you will work out that what this company is looking for, what type of profiles they offer to freshers, and what is the skill set which is required to enter in this company. Then you both will work together, and again, on the basis of that one, whatever profiles we have, uh, so your coach will help you to prepare for all these companies, so that when you will go for the interview to crack the interview for all these companies, so that you will be very very confident. And to answer the question that, for example, sometimes students have the regional touch, or they are from the particular part of the country. Then again, there are few companies, because now all these companies have their offices in Bangalore, in eastern part of India, in western part of India, in southern part of India, in northern part of India. Then again, they have their offices and requirements are there. I would like to mention here, because it's a recent example. We all know that GFK is a very well known company, very reputed company. So they were looking for a candidate who is willing to work in Bangalore, and then again he should be very well in the regional language, right? So again, we were not having students, to be very honest. Fine. So there is nothing to demoralize yourself. So if you are doing your MBA with positive bent of mind, and your skill sets are appropriate, definitely you will just get a best place to start your career.
Okay. So I feel less challenged with my language skills after having
No,
heard
no,
you.
language is not at all a barrier, because, for example, I would like to add on Whirlpool also. So Whirlpool, when they came to campus, they were looking for students, those who are ready to go back to their region, and they are thorough with their regional languages. So sometimes it becomes an asset rather than liability. So it's not at all liability all the time.
Okay.
But yes, attitude should be positive. Again, I am reiterating that attitude should be positive.
Thank you. Thank you. It's very heartening to hear that. We have one question with regard to live projects. What are these live projects? If you please share a couple of lines on live projects.
Yeah, so definitely, being from the placement team, I always encourage that students should definitely engage themselves in live projects along with their regular studies. So live projects, basically, these are the short projects. Maybe sometimes company needs students' help for a week, for 15 days, for 20 days. So largely these live projects are paid projects. And then again, because it will strengthen your resume also, it will give you corporate exposure also, it will help you to improve your communication means verbal as well as written communication. You will learn the basic etiquettes, how to write down the email, how to address your emails to your seniors, and how to start. And then again, generally we have found that live projects, what we receive, they are for market research, where companies need students help for a week or for 10 days, for 15 days, just to do the market research. So I encourage, if you are taking admission in any B school, you must engage yourself in the first year. You must engage yourself in doing live projects, which will give strength to your resume. And when you will appear for the interviews, then you can speak about that, yes, these are the live projects which you have done, and what are your learnings out of these live projects. So you can change the line of your interview if you have done your live projects in right spirit and with right attitude.
Okay. So
Thank you. So, Professor Raju, I'll just come in. I think, Dr. Shivani, you are giving them a lot of hope and a lot of hard work as well. But I would also like to come in at this point of time and tell them that, don't think that the next 2 years are all going to be classes and hard work. There is a lot outside classes that we do. I think one of the questions is that what else do we do? We do a lot of things. And, we are hoping that 22-24 will be in offline mode, because we'll start somewhere in May, June, July. I think July we'll start. So we are really hoping that the pandemic will be behind us and we'll all be able to see you very much on campus. So once you come to campus, not that we haven't done it in the online mode, but once you come back to the campus, there is just a lot of activities that need to be done, starting with your freshers, where you showcase what you are good at, and seniors get to know you, teachers get to know you, and you participate. There are so many club activities that happen that you can participate. And all of these activities, Shivani ma'am also said, participate in class. I would add that participate in clubs and committees also outside. And all these clubs are student driven at IILM. So you'll have a president, a vice president, whatever structure you want to do for your club, you will need to run it. You will need to conceptualize what events do you want to do, quarter-wise, what is it, the plan that you will go about, how will you execute, what is your plan B if it doesn't work out. Just like a manager, you will need to think and work on them. And it adds a lot of skills. Most of you in India, majority of you would not have any work experience when you graduate from after your Pgdm MBA. But the companies will ask, like, what kind of a leader are you? What kind of a team player are you? What kind of books do you read? And why? Tell us something about the best movie that you watched, and so on. These are the opportunities where, which will help you gain these skills. Obviously, you cannot go and say, okay, I was a deputy manager or a general manager in a company and I handled a team of 50 people. You can't say that. But what you can say is that I was leading this club and, I did these kind of activities. I put together this club and there was a problem which I managed like this. I used to take decisions. There were conflicts. We ran into a problem. So this was a plan B that we came up with. We ran this kind of, we came up with this kind of sponsorship and so on. These are the opportunities, or these are the examples that you can give when you talk about what else will you bring on. I think Shivani ma'am mentioned that you will get hired probably for your aptitude, for your, CGPA, SGPA, and the papers that you've studied, but also a lot about what else do you bring to the table. You could be very different. You could have very interesting skills. I'll give you an example. I think we were there in one of the interviews where the interviewee said, I'm very good at singing. Or somebody said, I'm very good at dancing. The interviewer there and there said, oh, can you show us, can you dance and show us something? Or can you sing? And you won't believe that, basically they weren't checking. Of course, they wouldn't know what dance form and what song, classical or this and that. He's, what notes he's doing. What they wanted to check was, does this person have that confidence, to get up and say, okay, fine, I can dance and, and go for it. So what do you have that attitude, that spunk in you is what companies also look for. So you must participate in these clubs, committees, activities. We have a lot of, student-driven, industry-oriented, exercises where we have roundtables. We could have a marketing roundtable, we could have a finance roundtable, HR roundtable, and so on. Faculty members can always reach out to their network and get people, but that's not the idea. The idea is that our students reach out to people, network through LinkedIn or other sources, and do that cold calling themselves, because they would do cold calling once they start, working. So to break your inhibition, that can you approach somebody and say that, sir, I want to invite you to come to our campus to do this activity. Would you be able to do that? And as senior people? So, that will add a lot of value to your own confidence. There is no special tonic that, okay, here you go, you take a confidence tonic and you are confident. There's no such tonic. It comes with activities that you participate and it becomes a skill. wherein you are able to display that skill at any point of time. So that's how you should prepare your next 2 years. It's not just about books and exams and modules. It's also about building your own personality. And that happens in these manners. All right? Yes, Raju sir.
So what I
Yes,
understand
Professor
is,
Kakuli, you have mentioned correctly because that reminds me about Marico Interview. So Marico is a regular recruiter, and it's students definitely look up to this FMCG company. So if you have written in your resume listening music or dancing, so maybe they don't hesitate to say, can you sing a song, or maybe what steps you would like to show us. So students get this one amazed that how come I can sing in front of them, but they say, yes, you have written. I'm asking question from your resume. So it happens. So students should be ready for that one also.
so what you are in fact saying is that Twitter and Instagram and Facebook should go for a while, and LinkedIn and clubs should come in for at least these 2 years in order to help them reach where they want to reach.
Yeah.
Shivani ma'am, we have more work for you. We have a auto enthusiast in our group.
Okay.
And he's asking that, ma'am, which automobile company would you like to target this? So Keshav, I understand Keshav will graduate in 2024. So what's your plan for automobile?
So definitely, as I said, when you asked this question that what are your plans for the next year, so I mentioned automobile sector because generally, when we think about or when we talk to automobile sector, they are taking students those who have done BTech before. Fine. So if student has done BTech before and then adding MBA in his academic profile, then definitely it would be easier. But otherwise, to get direct role in automobile, it's a challenge. But yes, nonetheless, Mercedes and Benz, they are coming to campus, and then again, our students are working in companies. But yes, right now I am planning to interact with Honda and other automobile companies also. So when you will join IILM, definitely together we will work, and definitely I promise you that we will just bring 3, 4 definitely good companies, automobile companies on the board.
So Keshav can look forward to a mark for maybe
Yes.
a long one from Honda. Okay. Fair enough. So, Shivani ma'am, time is running short. Let me ask you a quick few more questions, which we see in the chat box. So, internships and live projects are usually paid, or how does it?
So internship, if I will talk, it's a mandatory program. You have also mentioned that internship is a part of the integral part of our MBA program. So 2 to 3 months internship is mandatory for all the students. Without doing that one, their degree will not be considered complete. So again, internships, generally maximum of the internship are paid internships, and our maximum stipend has gone up to 25,000, which has been given by Deloitte. So again, if I will talk about the range, so range is 10 to 25. But yes, few internships, again, for example, where learning is on the higher side or exposure is good, like for example, Densu, or where students get hands-on experience, then sometimes it depends on the company also. Sometimes, but very few companies are, this one internships are unpaid also, but maximum internships are paid.
Live projects, they will also
Live
get.
projects are also paid, yes.
Okay.
But live project is for just 10, 15 days, and internship definitely minimum requirement is 2 months, and maximum they can go for 3 months internship. And in this pandemic, if I will look at the brighter side of this pandemic, then I have seen that students have capability to attend online classes, and then simultaneously they are engaging themselves in online internships also. So this has benefited in our placements also, because when they go for the final interview, they can show it as in 6 months of work experience, 6 months, 8 months of long experience. So again, smart student those who have a required skill set, they can just convert all these opportunities in their favor. So I encourage you, and IILM is very supportive for taking all these internships online as well as doing your academics properly.
Okay.
So I think Dr. Shivani, you are absolutely right in terms of the new opportunities, extra opportunities that they can explore and come upon. I think you could mention the concept of the mentor and the coach that we have. That
Yeah.
every time the student explores something, we have a coach or a mentor
Yeah.
who is allocated to the student. The students must reach out that I've got this opportunity with this company. This is what I have to do. Is it good to take? Is it kind of beneficial? Other than it may sometimes happen that some companies may pay you, and but that work and the money is not worth your time. So you could always take somebody's support and find out more about it, and then take a decision.
And apart from this, Mrs. Kakuli, we encourage students to prepare their resume because we have our IILM format. And all the students is mandatory for all the students, whether they are looking for placements or they are not looking for placements, it's mandatory to prepare their resume. And they can take help from the placement team. They can take help from their coaches also. And apart from this one, to prepare LinkedIn profile is a must. Fine. So for each and every student, their LinkedIn profile should be in place. And once they start interacting industry people through LinkedIn, definitely they also automatically they start getting opportunities through LinkedIn. And then sometimes I have seen students, those who are high on energy or those who are very active on LinkedIn, they come sometimes and they tell us that these are the opportunities which are available, and they start sharing with their classmates also, which is very, very welcoming. And definitely, MBA student must do all these activities and must engage themselves with the industry people. And all my faculty colleagues and all coaches, placement team, we are very, very active on LinkedIn, and we get ample opportunities through LinkedIn. So that's an area which they can explore after joining us.
Okay. Okay. So there is one short question. These internships are provided by IILM or students have to find it. So, Mr. Devanshu, IILM provides
Yeah.
students with both live project opportunities as well as summer internship opportunities. But in case, see, we get a lot of students from family businesses, right? So it is often the case that some of them want to go back to their family businesses and work for those 2 months, 2.5 months. So we allow that to happen, provided the student goes with a concrete proposal to work on and comes back with a concrete piece of work, having completed that in the 2.5 months time.
And Professor Raju, I would like to add on that few students, they do 2 to 3 internships simultaneously also. And if they are capable to handle 2 internships, because it's an online mode, so if they are capable to do 2 to 3 internships, we encourage them to do that. It's only time management or it's only prioritization. So they are learning and they are just making themselves competent how to do a multitasker and how to manage at one in during one day they are dealing with 3 companies. So ILM is a right platform to uh, grab all these opportunities.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Shivani. Now, one last question I'll take. What kind of exposure students get apart from studies? So let me answer this partially, and then Dr. Shivani can chip in, or Dr. Kakuli can chip in. So, we try out everything possible under the sky in terms of exposure. So you have people from the industry coming in, you have alumni coming in, you have practitioners coming in, you have business personalities coming in, we have family business people coming in, delivering courses, interacting with students, delivering workshops. Now that is where we try to uh, introduce you to these different stakeholders, right? So now, to what extent do you culture that relationship post the introduction that we do? So different people do it differently. So possibly you would like some profile and you would possibly be in touch with that person. Now, the idea is only to, help you reach the practice part of things as early as possible. Right. So this is broadly in the classroom, in workshops, outside the classroom. So we have alumni meet in which you are most welcome to. Rather, first year and second year are compulsorily supposed to be in the alumni meet. So you understand, 25, 26 batches have passed out. So the type of people who come to the alumni meet, there's a lot of things to explore. Yeah.
So before we go on, we have some question in the Q&A where Satvik is asking, what kind of job does marketing student get? So Shivani ma'am, if you can answer.
So for marketing students, again, for marketing, it has different verticals. It can be your sales, it can be your product planning, it can be digital marketing, it can be a job in e-commerce. So there are this one number of jobs which keep on coming. But yes, to be very honest, majority of the roles are related to sales. And once you will start loving, because initially students generally they are quite hesitant, then how I will do the sales part, but it's a B2B sales. We never encourage students to go for B2C sales. But once you will start loving sales, definitely sky is the limit, because you will get fat packages, and it's very, and then you will just feel the nerve of the market. You will understand the market, and then you can become a very important member of your part of your company also.
To add to this, Dr. Shivani, the survey says majority of the CEOs have had some kind of a sales profile at some point of time. You have to get your hands dirty, and you have to be there out in the market. And as Shivani ma'am said, you have to know your market, you have to know your customers. Somebody, I think, initially only written, I want a white collar job. I don't care what package, and then I want a white collar job. So, if you happen to come with us, we will try and train you. We don't say these things in the interview that I want a white collar job. You know why? You are kind of saying that I want a desk job, and I'm looking at an officer's job. In a way, I'm saying anybody who's a non-officer I don't kind of look up to them, and I look down on them. So these are again showing answers that show your attitude, what you believe, what you think, and for these kind of reasons also companies may not select you, and you may wonder that I did everything right, what went wrong. These are the things that can go wrong. So as we are saying, focus on the larger picture, focus on a career, and don't focus on just a job, that what I'll get immediately as I pass on. My friend has got that package, I've got this package, and so on and so forth. Don't get guided by these kind of things. Look at the larger picture. What is it that you want to become in life? What is it? Don't think of 2 years. What do you want to do in the next 10 years? Look at that picture, and then narrow it down, that what should I do today to be able to reach there in 10 years time. It is not a shortcut, and it has to be a journey. You have to make wise choices, and you have to be at it. If you want to lose weight, you don't lose it just by thinking about it, right? Or looking at those pictures. You have to work on it, and consistently you have to work on it. Consistently see what you are eating, and how you are, what your lifestyle is. Similarly, this is a journey that will happen. In 2 years' time, you need to put your maximum, and you will reap the benefits in the years to come. Somebody also asked that, how will pandemic affect our studies? It is not just our studies, my dear. Pandemic has affected the world and our lives and everything else around it. So it has affected a lot, but we are hoping, but at the same time, education is one sector which has continued unabated. And, we've moved on to online. There are so many tech, softwares have come in. There are so many platforms. Can you think, we could all be sitting in our places wherever we are and talking to so many people? Technology has brought in. COVID has made it happen and made it mandatory. So we will, wherever there's a will, there will be a way. So we are hoping that the worst is behind us, and we will be able to get you all on campus and have offline classes. But God forbid, if anything like that happens, we are now quite well prepared in terms of we've done online classes, we've done hybrid classes, we've done, flip classrooms, all kinds of things we've done, and we've only got stronger, if I may use that word. So let's hope for the best, and let's work on this. Devanshu is still asking, please advise on the above query. What that query is, Devanshu, if you can put it across. International.
Yeah.
So you want to answer that, Professor Raju?
Yeah. So, Mr. Devanshu, international immersion was a compulsory part of the program till 2 years back. You see, so we had immersion lasting 15 days, 21 days, and up to a semester. So we had up to a semester abroad program as well. Now, last 2 years, you understand, we haven't been able to send students abroad for the restrictions that countries imposed, we imposed on ourselves, parents imposed on their wards. So it hasn't materialized. Now, again, looking forward to, like, we are also very eager to resume our partnership with fellow institutions in Canada, in Europe. Right? So that's certainly on the pipeline, but let me not promise you something straight away. Let things improve. If things materialize, we will surely try to resume full-fledged from the word go. So I believe April, May will be a good time for us to give you a word on this, whether we will be able to have all three variations available, or if we can look forward to maybe a month immersion down the line somewhere as we commence the program. Yeah. So that's all I wanted to add. If Dr. Kakuli, you want to share something else?
Yes, you're right. We are all looking forward to that. And so are our partners. Everybody, as I said, the pandemic has affected everybody. It's not a localized thing. So everybody has that, drawback. There are travel limitations and challenges for now. So we are hoping, I think right now is not the right time to be able to give a good answer or the correct answer. We can only talk to you about our willingness to restore that. But we will have a better answer or a more favorable answer probably in a couple of months' time. And I think April, May, June is a good time to be able to make out which way we are going, and that's when we will try and come back on that. And also to add that we had also designed a virtual immersion program. A national immersion program is also on the cards with probably one of the leading higher education institutions of national importance. And we also had talks with different universities which were willing to do a week-long virtual online immersion, wherein students from their campus, students from our campus would get on with each other for 5 days and learn from each other. We anyway get a lot of international faculty members who, last 2 years we've got invited a lot and done a lot of webinars. We are not close to that still, even if we go offline. But yes, this is certainly a key, feature of our program, and we want, but not because it is just a key feature, but because we believe that it adds a lot of value to students. Whether you go for a short-term program or you go for one full semester, it adds a lot of value to the students, and not just now, but also in their future careers. So definitely we want to restore it as soon as possible.
And to add to what Dr. Kakuli already said, Mr. Devanshu, we are very happy to share with you that this academic year we will have a US Fulbright scholar visiting our Greater Noida campus. He'll be in campus for a month. He'll deliver a course. He'll deliver a workshop. So, to the extent possible, we are trying to figure out ways and means of adding more and more value in the classroom. So all efforts are being made in that direction, so that students get exposed to cutting edge knowledge, the advanced countries, what they're doing. So this gentleman is coming from in the area of analytics and artificial intelligence. So he'll be there with us for a month and delivering a course and a workshop. Thank you very much for your questions. Your questions have helped us share a lot of information, which possibly the others also would benefit by knowing. We have already jumped the time.
Yes, I think it was a great session. Students, parents, teachers, and our team members, all of you. Thank you so much. I think this kind of a small group focused, talk really helps. And we were approached that, this we would like something like this, and here we are. So this is the first of the series, weekly series. We've listed out certain topics where we will focus on one topic every week. So, and our admission team will be able to tell you what is the focus area for next week. And do join in. Again, we will take up other different activities, something like accreditations or, academics or clubs and committees and so on. So join us and, let's address all your queries. Come with all kinds of questions. And as I said, if we don't have an answer, we will certainly come back, answer. But it was a great pleasure hosting you all and getting to know you, your queries, your doubts, and I hope we were able to address them to an extent. Thank you so much. Bye bye, and have a great weekend ahead. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. So if you wish to write to us, you can write to us. You can even send suggestions if there are some topics that is of special interest to you. If you want to hear more. In the meantime, Dr. Shivani will try and reach more companies.
Yeah,
I'll try and find more papers for you people.
that's my everyday agenda actually, to
Yeah.
bring more and more companies.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank
I
you,
hope
sir.
we have been able to share information with you to the extent possible. Look forward to meeting you once again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shivani. Thank you, Dr. Raj.